In this episode of Don't Bother Wearing Seatbelts, we're talking to Tammy from Dressy Bessy about her great new solo album as the Tammy Shine. OK Shine OK will be released on February 20th, 2026, but is available now via pre-order from Happy Happy Birthday to Me Records and all the usual Elephant Six affiliated places. Until you can get your hands on a copy, enjoy this conversation with one of the true legends of the indie and punk rock scenes.
Oh, so, Tammy, are you there?
Hold on, I'm working on it.
Oh, there we go.
There she is.
All right.
Hold on. Hello? Hold on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, it's Tammy.
Hold on. Ooh.
Yes.
Hello? Oh, wait, let me put on my earbuds. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
great.
hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to pull it together here. I thought I could just sit here in my jammies.
No, you are totally fine. We even have one of our guys hasn't popped in yet.
Huh?
Okay. Well, I'm sure that Patrick will be along shortly. And he could just jump in when he gets in.
Yeah. So
we are here with the Tammy Shine.
Hello.
To talk about the new solo album, The Tammy Shine.
Woohoo! It's called OK Shine OK.
Hell yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Thank you.
What
appreciate it.
What an incredible album of fucking rock songs.
Thank you. Somebody gets it. Woo!
And Patrick just joined us. Patrick, we literally...
Oh, we're all done. Thank you guys so much. That was like one of the best interviews I've ever done.
Damn it.
You're welcome.
Tammy, how are you?
Good. How are you? Hey. Springtime. Let's go.
There's a simple-minded fellow with an open-minded stood rocket red. Box of morning wood, clutching sand from the wind tree, piped it into something good and make it ram. I made him think he could close his eyes. Baby saw the good with a frozen mind. Through and through it should have cluttered its time, till something cool arrives to unwind. And with those shaky lines undermined, doesn't heaven make you climb up inside and wanna ride? Oh yeah. Ha ha ha. Okay.
All right. So, Patrick, I was telling Tammy how I listened to this amazing album of just kick-ass fucking rock songs.
Yeah, it's chock full of hits.
Thank you guys so much. I worked so hard on this fucker.
The thing that kind of blows my mind, Dressy Bessy has built such a discography and legacy, and that when I found out that you were kind of doing your first, solo album,
Yeah.
even though you are the driving force of that other band,
Mhm.
I was like, well, what is she gonna bring that makes this unique? And then I listened to the record and I'm just like, holy shit, this would be the greatest Dressy Bessy album of all time. And so I'm really excited to hear of why you're coming at it from a solo thing. And then, yeah, everything is so hooky. It's so rocking. It's going to be a Dressy Bessy's fan or just a pop music fan. It's a wet dream, I think.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I've heard all the Dressy Bessy stuff, so which I love, but I think I was really excited just time listening.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And you know, the last Dressy Bessy records, Fast Faster Disaster, it came out in 2019 in June. And, you know, we did the whole thing. It's like, you know, record comes out, you set up a tour around the US, and then, you know, just see how far the album takes you.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we had 6 months of touring. We went around the US once, and usually we go around 2 or 3 times in an album cycle, maybe go to Europe, you know, try to get around, you know, make the record, you know, heard. It's important to tour. And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then the pandemic hit. Okay. And we were one of those bands where just like, you know, we came to a screeching halt, and it's like, fuck, we had all this touring set up, and
Yep.
it wasn't done yet. And, you know, that's happened to Dressy Bessy before. That's kind of our, I don't know, it's kind of our MO, I guess, like come to a screeching halt for some reason. But like everyone else, we're like, God, we've got all this energy and this momentum. And, you know, we came home and nobody could go out and do anything. And John and I, for several weeks, did a every Wednesday sort of duo thing live on our Instagram and Facebook, just to kind of like, you know, I don't know, use that energy that, you know, we worked hard and rehearsed, and, you know, we wanted to play shows, and
Yeah.
we couldn't get together with our band and travel. So we did that for several weeks. And like a lot of other artists too, I just promptly began to write songs, because that's what I do when I have downtime. And, you know, for the past 27, 28 years, anytime I sit down and write a song, it's an intense, like, okay, I'm going to write this and I'll set it aside. It'll go on to the next Dressy Bessy album whenever there's like a clutch of them, you know. I did that. And during the Fast Faster Disaster cycle, I bought like this little Jim Dandy Gretsch parlor guitar that I bought in Lawrence at a guitar shop there. And I thought, well, yeah. So I was like, well, I'll use this. I'll take it on tour, and I could, you know, if I need to go off by myself or whatever, I have this little quote unquote toy guitar that I can, you know, I'm not worried about it having a case or yada, you know what I mean? Just have something like that. And I found out I really liked the way it felt, and it actually made me feel differently about approaching songs. And I don't know, there's something about this little guitar. The neck was really short, so it like made my arms move a little differently, and so I breathed a little differently, so my melodies came out. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but it felt like it. It made me approach it a little bit differently. So I started like demoing these songs completely. John, for my birthday, I guess it was 21 or 22, bought me a Singular Sound Beat Buddy guitar or drum pedal. You can program beats. It has already programmed beats. You know, you just set your tempo, and you create the changes and the fills and the rolls and all that with your foot while you're playing. And that opened up a whole new avenue for me as well. So I started writing quote unquote demos around these drum beats. And, you know, as I was moving along, and the less I saw of our drummer, Craig, who's, you know, he's definitely one of the best human drummers I know. I just thought, as I was playing these songs and working them out live solo, I thought, man, this is just different. I mean, Paul McCartney did solo albums, you know, like Ringo even made one. I mean, or 2.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know, maybe this is just something different. In having like schedule conflicts with a band, I was just like, oh, but I want to do it now, you know. And so I thought, well, let's just do this, and I don't have to rely on a band and whether they can do it. And I can just set up and play. I can go out on tour in my car because my setup is so small, you know. And I just felt like I needed to do something by myself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Elemental, take me as I am. Accidentally, you're making me feel bad, but I'll be there. Actually, I don't like this place.
When you were first playing these songs, were you taking them out into like smaller venues or even like
Yeah, like little local bars.
and you were playing with the drum pedal?
Yes, with the drum pedal. So I learned how to actually use it live as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not perfect at it, but I don't strive to be perfect. I'm not one of those musicians that I beat myself up like, oh crap, I messed that up or whatever. It's like, it's just fun. That's the live experience. You know, you do the best you can. As long as you don't fall off the stage and break your nose, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I'm good. I did a good job, you know.
Here comes your rock star, your big shot. He comes strutting around. He's got your feathers all ruffled. You're feeling left out, too complicated to play for his rubbish and feed. A simple savior and courage is all that you need. Hellfire, my how you've grown. Desire, how will it go? A photo filter in cherry, a mouthful.
No, I was just gonna say, obviously, it sounds like for playing any of these songs live, it's sort of program beats on the record.
Yeah.
Is it also program, or did you have somebody re-record?
No, those are the drum buddy beats. The full drums
That's awesome.
are me playing them live with the rhythm guitar. And then some of them are like some of the more stripped down songs. Like I think it's Not Today, Blue Jay, So Very Little, Tic Tac, the ones with like just kick drum and a snare and rides here and there. That's all actual drums. But
Sounds cool.
yeah, the full drum beats are me playing with the drum pedal.
Yeah, sounds cool.
The beat, my beat buddy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and it's like a dance. It's like, oh shit, you know. So
Well, I think the thing that too, that I just hearing that kind of surprises me that it was, because I think that you can get into a thing where because you have the beat, maybe the hook isn't there, or maybe like, the thing that the song doesn't change at the right, and that
Right.
was not the case on any of these songs. The hooks are there in tenfold.
well, dig. The songs I started playing these songs and working them out before I had the drum pedal. So I'd added that after. It was already there. So you know what I mean? So it was just a matter of like I'd yell out like, hey buddy, you need to fit in. You know what I mean?
Finally, a bandmate that listens to you.
Exactly. Exactly. And usually, with Dressy Bessy, I start with a click track. And so my melody has in the past been based around a click track first. And it's usually a Casio.
Of course, I'm a huge proponent and fan of music from the 60s and 70s, as I know that you are. And like, there is never a lack of groove in that band. So when you're talking too about like bass kind of enhancing the melody, it's like Dressy Bessy has always been a fun band to dance to. And it's like it's more like Rolling Stonesy than people would think. Like
Yeah, thank you.
well, I mean, like it's like, but it's kind of like there's a looseness, but not like a looseness like the sloppy, but like a looseness like there's a moving groove.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, good combo.
Yes. Thank you. You say Rolling Stones. My mom was a Rolling Stones girl in the 60s, and my dad was the Beatles guy. And they came together and they're better. You know what I mean? So I came up with that, and that's where that comes from. My favorite artist as a teenager was Prince. Like, I wanted to marry that guy so bad. Like, when I was 15, I was like, oh my God, I want to meet him, and just his approach too. Like, I'm obsessed with like old interviews. I keep coming across them because he's in my algorithm now very heavily, thank God. But just his approach too was just like, it wasn't for him. It wasn't so much like being a rock star. It was like creating this amazing piece of art out of nothing that he was so proud of. And that's kind of what these were. And, I keep saying it. I was like, I will never mix an album, like a full album. I've mixed songs before, but not a full album on its own. Like, oh my God. Like, it's like, I would finish a mix. I'm like, man, this sounds great. And I'd take it to my mastering guy, which is Justin Pizzaferato, who worked with me. I mean, this he literally like let me mix it as we went along with mastering. I don't know how many recalls we had because I was having trouble getting the EQ between the kick drum and the bass. Technically, it sounded great to me, like to my ear. I was like, man, it's perfect. But you got to trust like whoever's mastering. It's just not hitting something. I don't know. I have no desire to like do that again, but I'll leave the mixing to, I mean, I'll be there to mix it, but if someone has an idea of the EQ, I'll let them, dial it in for me, and I'm good. I trust you.
It's a good education to sit with a mastering engineer as they master your record, because the things that I've learned over the years of like, one time I made a record and helped make a record or whatever, and I was there for mastering. The guy's like, "Did you not put any compression on any of these tracks?" And I was like, "No, we figured you would, enhance that." And he's like, "No, no, no, go back, let's start over."
Right.
Picture peeking through those crusty pages, these are familiar places, haven't seen your face in ages. Hasn't anyone simply loved you? Every time I see that movie on the big screen on my TV set, I swear it cuts right through me. I don't think this shit's amusing. Does anyone really love you?
It's a rock album, but it's like it's definitely not. I don't think it's definable personally. Like I definitely wanted the bass to like be up top, right up there with the vocals, and not just insinuated with down in the mix. And it's like a rock dance record, I guess. It's really important to me to get those drums and vocals. That's the main thing, to get them up. And it's an art to be able to EQ all that stuff together to make it like cohesive. And I can say I learned a lot, but I'm just like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'll let someone else help me mix it. Like John.
Well, I'd say you succeeded though. I think you succeeded in this.
Yeah, thank you. And it was a blood, sweat, or tears ordeal. Like before, I decided when I first started demoing, because I always call my demos, but I do every part. Like I make sure if it doesn't sound right, I'll record a guitar part, whatever. It's a little twinkly little thing. It's like, God, this doesn't sound right. It doesn't fit. So I'll just let it sit, go back next week, try a different sound, maybe a different mic, a different amp, until I feel like, okay, that's it. That fits, And so it took a while, and I didn't like kick myself in the ass. I didn't have like a deadline. I was enjoying life. I'd become addicted to like the outdoors, since the pandemic started too. And that's balancing that and being stuck in my basement.
John makes you live in the basement.
Pretty much. It's fine. We take turns with it. We have our projects down there. It's like, what are you doing today? Okay, well, I'm going to do this, and then you can do this. And we have a good balance here with that, but
that's good.
All right, so what I'm about to get into might seem way out of left field, but it's really not. I just feel like it's a way of tying together all the sort of talk of mixing, mastering, recording stuff, and even prints. I was just thinking that while listening to the record, I mean, just like any record, there's some songs you might like more than others, but there's a feeling that you get listening to the record that is just like, oh, this is a positive feeling while I listen to this record. It doesn't matter what the song is. And
thank you. That means a lot. That's huge. I want to start crying because you said that.
It reminds me of a friend of mine. Her name is Susan Rogers, which may or may not mean anything to you, but her big claim to fame is that she was actually Prince's sound engineer. She started on the first day of recording the Purple Rain album and went through about 88 or 89. So basically the big years. This
is your friend?
Yeah. I met her randomly by actually just, I had another podcast before this, and I just randomly reached out to people that I thought were interesting, and she was one, and we actually remained friends.
Oh, I love that.
I'm reading her book right now on my toilet.
Anyway,
what is going on in this episode?
Well, there's more.
Stop it.
There's more.
Really? It's kismet. That's my thing.
There's more because after she left working for Prince, she became a record producer. And she did that, and she had some success here and there, and then she eventually decided that that's not what she wanted to do. She wanted to become a neuroscientist.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to study the impact of music on the brain, and so she's now Dr. Susan Rogers, and she teaches at the Berklee School of Music.
Sweet.
And she wrote a book about how different types of sounds impact different types of people's brains, and so this is very reminiscent of that. It feels like from the things you're saying, from how it's mixed and mastered and all of that, and how like this sound just doesn't sound right. I'm going to come back to it in a week. Is very much in the wheelhouse of the sorts of things that she likes to study and talk about and teach about.
Well, I'm going to have to grab her book.
Can I piggyback on that, Rudy? Because and you'll find this fascinating, and I think it ties into you specifically, Tammy.
Yeah.
The first chapter, and I got this book as a gift for my birthday. The first chapter of this book,
Awesome.
It talks about authenticity. And what she focuses on is the Shags.
Oh.
And how these three girls, who their dad just kind of forced them into like, hey, you're in a band, da 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 da. How that is kind of like, and they didn't know how to play their instruments, they didn't know anything, but it was all heart and all soul.
Right.
And it was all below the head. It was all authentic. It was all grit and glory. And it sounds the way it does, but there's something to it that people who maybe have years and years of musical training will never get that authenticity.
Yep.
And I think the cool thing about you and just knowing you and seeing you play live tons of times and hearing all your music is that you have really great taste in music.
Thank you.
So you're coming at this world of making music with really great taste, but then you embed whatever you're playing. Mm-hmm. You have so much fun when you're up there playing, you're kicking your leg, you're swinging your hips, and you just feel music more than a lot of people feel it. And
it's joyous for me. Yeah.
And on this record, I feel like you have captured that in a really unique way.
Thank you.
That is right on you. So I think that Rudy bringing that up, I was like, awesome. Yeah, it's total. It's all, there's a lot of thought behind it, but that authenticity and that grit is like, it's a lot of it is below the heart and it's in the hip.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm speechless. That's exactly like, that's what I don't know what to say about that, but thank you.
And I will just say that you might appreciate this, but she's also just a really rad person.
Aww.
I wound up spending a day with her in Nashville, Tennessee a couple of years ago, and we actually went to the Musicians Hall of Fame Museum there together, and just going through that and having her tell stories of, there's all this old recording equipment that she actually worked on, and her getting pissed off about how, such and such person isn't given the credit because they're a woman.
Right. Right.
And I'm obviously talking about a certain bass player from a certain group of musicians. It was really nice to go through it and get like such a real insider perspective from somebody who lived it and who really did a lot of cool things, starting at a time when it's maybe not so friendly to certain types of people. I guess to kind of bring it more back to you is like one of the things she, at least in talking to me about it, has always sort of thing is that there's a lot of things that Prince wanted to do when he was recording stuff, especially during that era, that was technically not the smartest or most efficient way of doing it. It was just whatever felt right. If you listen to Prince's guitar sounds during that era, it's kind of on its own, kind of awful.
Yeah.
But it works so amazingly. But
and that's the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. If it fits into the composition of the song, like the recording, it's like, that's what it is.
To him, a big part of it was like, does the overall thing sound right? And it sounds like that's what you were trying to do with this. And I guess that's how it comes back to you. I didn't mean to get so far off field, but you can't really talk too much about Prince. So
no, it's absolutely. It's okay. Like you can never talk too much about Prince, and if you're talking to me, so there you go. Like he'll always be my hero. But even like just crashes, just like oh God, that's like there are a couple crashes I went back in and overdubbed because I hit it on the wrong spot or something. Like it was just like, oh God, that's weak, or it needs more impact there. I double a crash because of that.
This crash is more of a Paul Dano.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Tammy, you have the right mindset of just being out in the woods and climbing mountains.
I have to, dude. I'm like, I feel so good. I get up at fucking 6:30 and get ready. Even if it's 20 degrees, I'm like fucking layering up. I'm like, all right, let's go. And I worked out all my lyrics out on the trail. I dictated like lyrics and stop for a second, erase that. And, I worked out so much shit every day. I wake up and like, first thing I do is it's a mistake, but I always pull up. I follow this Aaron Parnas. He's like an independent political news guy. This just in, and he's covering all the fucking regime dirt, and that's the first thing. And immediately, as soon as I read what this little fucker said on his True Social this morning, you know what we're talking about. I'm just like, the cortisol just rises up, and I'm like, fuck, that's it. I'm going, and it's almost every day, The closest trail I go to is like 24 minutes from our house, and it's like a 2,000-foot climb, so some people go to the gym, I go to the mountain.
Well, I'm glad to hear that the current hellscape inspires you, because it could go either, one of two different ways.
Yeah.
It can inspire you
to
create art and make the world better than it is, or you can just be a deer in the headlights, more like I am at the moment. I'm just sitting here looking at this shit like I just have nothing to say at the moment. I don't even know what to say about this. I'm sorry. I changed the subject.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm a yapper. I love to talk about and jump from subject to subject. So I may have done that.
That's kind of what I love about doing this show. I love that, we'll talk about the subject, but we're going to talk about some other weird shit too at some point.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about that. My cortisol's rising. I'm going to have to go for a hike here after this. Or roller skating.
Can we play that game again?
like I said, I've been sitting on it and working on it for so long without like, I didn't even know if I was going to put it out, you know, when I was starting to work on it. I was like, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the hell. And I was, at the same time, I was creating imagery with it. You know, I have like music videos ready, like all the things. And then I was like, all right, well, let's do it, you know. And
Did you approach Mike, or did Mike approach you, or did Mike know that you were working on something?
he knew we were working on it. He lived here a few years back, and he moved back to Georgia, but he came by our house before he moved back to Georgia, and I was working on it. And he was like, hey, well, let me know when you're done with it. And so I was finally ready to be like, all right, well, it's something, let's see. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So, and then we talked to him more at.
Are you still in Denver?
Yeah. Colorado girl.
Well, I guess I should have figured with all the mountains.
It's really cool that, you know, like, you know, I think the one thing about your music has always been so visual. There's always been like the cool album art and the photography and the videos and stuff like that that go with it. And Mike, I think, has a really good knack of also having that visual mindset.
Yes, he's been great to work with. Like we have so much fun. We're having so much fun. We're just getting started. Like we did a 4-hour phone call, just like talking about random, like this, like just random stuff and like ideas and yeah. And he's, yeah. I think we're a good match. Yeah.
Yeah. I was excited to see that you were going to put it out with him, because I was like, a lot of opportunity, I think, just visually.
Yeah. No, he's got all the merch ideas. I'm like, yeah, go for it. Do it. Like, I'm done. Like, I just want to get out and play now at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
are there tours planning? Are you planning on hitting the road?
Yeah, we're planning some stuff. We have an album release show in Denver on the
All right, awesome.
21st, the day after it comes out. And I'll be opening for Dressy Bessy. And we'll probably do some Dressy Bessy also this year, later in the year. You know, we've got some, we're reissuing Pink Hearts.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of haven't really like nailed that down yet. Everything's just kind of happening at our own pace. I feel like if there's urgency to like get shit out in this day where there's so much shit to wade through anyway, I think it's just going to ruin it and you're just not living your life. So we're just kind of playing that by ear, but we're planning to do some touring together that way too.
And you're playing the Core show, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm playing Thursday night, the Tammy Shine, then Dressy Bessy's co-headlining with Elf Power on Friday.
Okay. And is the Pink Hearts, is it gonna be on Kindercore, or how?
No.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say yet, but yeah. No, I'm not gonna say yet.
Okay. Sorry. Inspiring minds.
It's really exciting though. We're gonna like roll out reissues. We haven't done any reissues yet, so those will start rolling out. We'll see we're just like seeing what happens here. You know what I mean? We've been doing this a long time, and I mean, I still have that fire. I've never been the type of person that I got like, I make something, oh yeah, this is going to make me huge. I want to be huge, because I don't, honestly. I like mid-range. I'd like to, you know, be able to like maybe sell out a 500 house thing. You know what I mean? But,
you've had those things. You've played on late night. You're in movies.
Yeah. I know, but that's not why I do it. I'm not like, I need to be on the next TV show. You know what I mean? It's not, it's like, okay, that was really cool. But you know, it doesn't, I didn't make $1,000 or $1 million doing that or anything like that. You know, it's just like,
I love how that stuff has all kind of come organically though. You know, like there's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You know, us just doing this podcast and the E6 film and of course John's work and other bands and stuff like that. There is this energy right now of new people experiencing these records.
Yeah.
You know, so it's so cool that you are reissuing stuff and you're probably getting new fans every day and you don't even know it, you know? So.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we always have, like, Dressy Bessy's always been like this little slow climb, like each record that comes out. And, you know, we have fans drop off, but then we pick up new ones with each generation, you know, that's kind of just been our thing. But we've worked hard and we've stuck together. And now we have a permanent bass player.
Oh, okay.
This Michael King, who lives here in Denver. He's fucking awesome. He's like the perfect fit. And he's actually going to come out and play bass with me. So my live show is my Jim Dandy through a little Vox amp, but I use my big muff, so it's my guitar through an amp, and then bass and vocals. That's it for live, and it's fucking awesome. It's so easy, and it comes off well. It's all there, you know. So I don't think people are going to be like, oh, this doesn't sound like the record. It's like, well, no, it doesn't, and it won't. So this is it.
Jay, let's pretend it's your birthday. Let's pretend you're that first out in the dark where the lights are all on and your heartaches just starting to spark. Let's pretend that you love me the most. Let's pretend we're both sparks lost in the dark where the moon's barely up, but we're constantly twinkling in the dark. 'Cause we're stars.
I call myself like a clutter punk because I just keep layering and layering. I have to cut myself off and be like, all right, that's enough. Like, you know, I could be like, oh, maybe this needs something here, you know.
You term that? That's really good.
Hell yeah.
I want a t-shirt that's yeah.
I did. I've hashtagged it like years ago, so hopefully you guys tag it for me. But
Actually, that should be a shirt.
Hey, I want the Tammy. It's just a picture of your head and it just says clutter punk.
yeah, okay, I'll make it. You got it.
I love that.
You got it.
It can go in so many different things. It can be like, oh, I'm going to record more and more stuff.
Oh, you can't. You know, you could just keep going and going and
I have 40 of these mugs. I'm a
exactly. Look around at my home, dude. You don't think I'm a clutter punk, but it's all good clutter. You know, that's the difference. It's like it's all good shit. You know,
cluttering songs. You're cluttering like
yeah, everything.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. My whole life.
I love
But
that.
it's good clutter. You know, I'm not insane about it. A little bit. Sometimes I'm insane, but then that's the shit you get rid of. You know.
Yeah, it's not clutter, or it's not horde punk. It's
Right, exactly. Yep. So, yeah, cool, awesome. I'll make a shirt then. I'll start hashtagging it.
where's the tour going to go? Are you going to try are doing the whole United States? Are you?
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm letting John do all the logistics stuff because it just stresses me out. Like I can't. I'm not money driven. I'm not.
So if you guys don't hit Detroit, I get to be mad at John.
Exactly. Yep. That's it. Yep. You know, that's right.
Kind of a pro in that world anyway. He's kind of been doing that.
Yeah, he's been tour managing a lot over the past, past 3 years, especially with the baseball project and -5. That's kind of been good too because it's gotten him out of the house, and I can feel like I can just, I don't know.
Sometimes you got to have those moments.
You just need that, you know what I mean? Because we've always had that with him being in the Apples, and we've always kind of staggered our releases. So like if Apples have a record come out and they're doing their thing, I'm at home writing, getting ready for our next move, you know. And then he comes home, we do our thing.
It's probably great that you guys have that where you're able to get separated for a little bit, because once you do put that album out, you are together and together and together on the road. And
absolutely, for the past 30 years. So yeah, it is a lot of togetherness. So, like I said, it works out. We definitely appreciate our alone time, and that's a lot of my like getting up and like hiking and whatever I end up doing. I need time to like be in my own head and just sort out get rid of some of the bad clutter. And that does it for me. Just being by myself. I'm not lonely, but I do like to be alone sometimes. But I'm also a very social person too. So it's,
We contain multitudes.
yeah.
Was that cool to, as you were working on this, have John kind of as a, because of course, when you're doing a Dressy Bessy thing, I'm sure there's of quite a bit more collaboration in the sense.
Yeah. Uh-huh. He comes in like a lot of the times I'll have like a song demoed and he'll come in and I'll just hit record and he'll start playing guitar, his leads and stuff. And a lot of time it works out. I was like, yes, do that, as we go on through. Yes, yes, yes. So I help him like sort of arrange his parts, but he does have parts in mind, but I help him like fit them in, and whatever. But this time he sat back. I asked him to just like stay back, just let me do it. And yeah.
And I'm sure writing in a demo sense, if you're thinking like, well, this is another Dressy Bessy record, you're just like, okay, well, John will put a solo here. Or
exactly.
Like you know what I mean? So you kind of maybe write differently.
And I leave space. Yes, I leave space for that. Yep, exactly. And now it was I took up all the space with every single idea I had. Some of them I did cut out, but yeah, every single little thing, like any little like flourish or note bend or whatever. I was like, yes, yes, I like that. And it was,
and
I
cool.
didn't want anyone else's opinion. I was like, I had to like grapple with myself. Like, is that cool? Is that cool in there? And just like, yes. And trust my instincts more. And I just needed to do that just to like find myself and appreciate myself and my vision again,
I think the Dressy Bessy fans will appreciate that too. That it is completely you.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, because that's when I heard it, I asked Mike right away for like, I'm like, hey, do you have like a press release for this? Because like I know your music so well and stuff, but I didn't really know the story about the record, and I'm like, did she do this all herself? Like all of the stuff. And Mike's like, oh, I'll get it to you after work, whatever.
I love him.
Well, to bring it back to something Patrick had said earlier in the conversation, is actually the first thing he said was just sort of like commenting about like, well, why the solo thing? And I was thinking when I was listening to this is like, oh, and this may mean nothing. I don't mean to offend anybody with it, but it reminds me of like when Tom Petty started releasing solo records, but he was also recording records with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It isn't the same thing. It's very similar, but it's not the same thing. And it's understandable, and they're both great in slightly different ways. I mean, it's like, so I don't know. That was a thought in my mind anyway. Again, not a question, a comment. But...
Right. Yes. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. As you're getting older, like I have a back catalog of demos too, that I've kind of got. Oh, this is a Dressy Bessy song. I set it aside because I've gone as far as I can with it, and I don't feel like it's a complete song. So that's when I'll have John come in, and then it's a Dressy Bessy song. So there will be Dressy Bessy records. At least I don't know. We'll see.
I think you're relying on other people too, coming from an experience of being in band where maybe I was more enthusiastic than other people at times, or for other things. Like, you want to continue to work. You want to do your stuff.
Yeah. If it's your outlet, if it's an outlet, it's like, it'll drive you insane if you just hold back and like, oh, okay, I'll wait. Just stand around waiting for other people to like, get your vision out of your body. Like that's ridiculous. I couldn't do it. So.
And I think that the one thing that you have been very consistent about, and I think this goes a lot with why, there's even interest in like an Elephant Six film or an Elephant Six podcast, is that there are a lot of artists, whether it be of Andrew from Elf Power or you, or even Will before his passing, or Kevin from Montreal, like you guys continue to put out music. You guys continue to do the work, and your songwriting has never ever faltered, or like you keep touring.
Yeah.
That is the reason that this stuff is timeless, and why we would even have this podcast to do, is because there's still valuable work coming out of
Thank you.
all of these different outlets, and in unique ways and in new ways. So I think it's really cool that you're just doing it now, even.
Yeah, I think that, and the people you mentioned too, I think it just comes from the right place.
Two, three. Time flies when you're running from yourself. But my time is better spent unstrifed. Go get it, girl. Time when you're running for your life. And bye, God, you've been running it all night. You're kidding me, you're not the same. You're kidding me, you're fanning the flame. You're kidding me, you're not the same. You're kidding me.
I think the thing about taking photos every day and graphic design and the music you have been making over the past 25 years now, 30 years almost. Yeah. One thing about you that I think is kind of unique that maybe people should know who are listening to this podcast, who maybe aren't aware of the history that you have, is you kind of have been putting stuff into the world in kind of like a way that this is going to sound silly, but like a normal person does now, like a creator or influencer or artist who is putting out art in different avenues, visually, music, performance, long before it became like a thing where everybody can kind of have their like little 15 minutes of fame on the internet or something. And I do think that when I look at you as an artist, I see this whole big ecosystem of really cool art just over the years. And so I think that the consistency thing is something not to snuff at. Like the amount of music that you have put out and the amount of shows that you've played and art and photography and stuff like that. So I really think that in the long run, when your legacy will be of highly regarded as somebody who's put a lot of art into the world, and this is just step into it. So I love that you still do it. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. It's like you're not jaded. You just do this because it gives you your kicks. You know what I mean? And I think that's what this record kind of, the feeling I got too is I was just like, oh, you can fucking tell she's having fucking fun.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I don't do any of it for attention, I don't care if you like it or not. I like it. I go back and look at it and inspire myself with my own like adventures, But I started I was a young mom and I didn't know what I was going to do. I started as a photographer and I had a whole career as a fashion photographer before I even picked up a guitar and moved to Denver.
Oh, wow.
So photography's always been like a part of my thing. And I always have said in past interviews, like, oh, the whole reason I started a band was so I could like create visuals around my band in the early days. So, I mean, it's all intertwined. Like for me, an album, it's not just the music. It's also the visual. It's all one big ball of shit I've got to get out of my system, so.
And I think it's come off really well over the years. Even the first time that I ever saw photos of you guys, I was like, oh man, they look like The Who or something. It's like they got all these like mod outfits on, and you had like the cute short haircut, and like everybody in the band looked like Keith Moons or Pete Townsend's. You had like the tall guitar player, and you had like the drummer with the big nose, and I was like,
right,
man, it works. It's like it had a look, and I was like, okay, now, but let's hear what the band sounds like, right? And then if I can backed it up, but it didn't really matter. That never stopped with whatever group of people you were playing with. it always had like a really cool visual aspect to it. And I just want to commend you on the your work.
Cool. Thank you. Oh, that's good time.
But it's very authentic because it's just like that's just what you want to do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It is, there's vision behind it. I guess I can't define it really, but it's who I am. So
Goes back to the authenticity thing. So
thank you. I appreciate that, Patrick. I think you're a pretty authentic dude yourself.
well, I try.
No, you don't. That's why you are.
Tick tack. I want my smile back. You're all dressed in black, dressed in black, dressed in black. Baby, I don't like that. I'm too tired to be scrapping. I'm too cold to be dear, dear. I'm too scarred to be laughing. I'm too gone to be here. Ooh, I want my life back. You're all on the track, on the track, on the track. Baby, I don't mind that. So don't cut me no slack. I'm too tired to be scrapping. Can't relax now. Let's take credit up to
Yeah, you got to gear up for it because there could be criticism, which I'm okay with, I guess. I don't get a ton of criticism, but you can't please everyone, you know what I'm saying? But you've got to be, as a woman, as a middle-aged woman, even like coming out like this, it's like, okay, you got to be tough and confident and fucking back your shit up,
There are certainly parallels for life. Playing a solo show and facing down the patriarchy and
Yeah.
the oligarchs and all that. It takes some intestinal fortitude, as they used to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely does. And I am fortunate to come from a matriarchal family, women in charge my whole life. So I have no problem with that.
Well, I think it probably doesn't hurt that you're going out there to perform an album that just fucking kicks ass from beginning to end.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, guys.
Like, that makes it a little bit easier, I bet.
I really appreciate that this is happening because I haven't had any feedback yet. This is like, as I'm making this, I'm just having to like, all right, and not like second guess and not hear it in a wrong way or whatever. So this is my first feedback, and the fact that it's positive.
No, the album kicks ass.
And from you guys who I trust your taste, and I love you as people, like I consider us friends, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can hear it.
It means a lot. It makes me feel really fucking good, and I feel like I deserve to. I feel like I put everything I had into this thing. I've cried. I've like thrown shit around. I've, because you're recording, like you're in the middle of something and, oh, cool. My computer's crashing. Oh, cool. This microphone's gone out. Oh, great. Like,
You feel that vein in your forehead pulsating?
all the things, and people have asked me like, oh, do you ever miss recording on tape? I do not. I absolutely do not, because it also has problems, but recording digitally, you're like, oh shit, my hard drive went out. It's okay. We've dumped all the files. Oh no, we didn't. We lost the original recording of Junk Mail. I had to re-record because we lost all of the files.
Oh no.
So and there was a harmony,
but you didn't give up and you finished it. That's the thing.
I went back and did it again that fucking day, dude. I'm like, hell no. Well, I still know how it went, like, because a lot of the time the harmonies just come about by you like throw a bowl down and throw a mic up and be like, oh shit, that's so cool, because I don't have anyone singing with me. It's just me, but there was a harmony in there that's not there now. And I'll never get it back. Maybe I will on my deathbed and I'll shout it out into the universe before I die. But it worked out fine because some other things came about that weren't there on the original recording. So anyway, back up your files, boys and girls. Multiple times on external drives, 2 external drives, and back it up onto another internal drive as well. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, fuck. You've had that happen before too. You're just gone, you know. Oh,
Especially when you're recording alone because there's nobody else to blame but yourself. It's like, what did you do? What did you do?
it's like, oh well, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't the best it could be, I guess. So, but yeah, that's pretty devastating. Or you just like, I've had a Blue Jay. Like most of the vocal tracks, I wasn't happy unless I did the lead track, like in what maybe one punch in, you know, that I was like, if my voice isn't here today, I'm not, you know, I can't get through it. I'll do it another day, sort of thing. And I did a Blue Jay take, and I have it actually on video on my phone because I had my phone set up as I was tracking, and I had all this mood light, and you know, and then I look over, I got to the track, I was like, oh shit, that was so good. And I look over and I hadn't hit fucking record on the fucking tape on the track.
I've got a sort of similar story. Probably about like 12 or 13 years ago, I was working on writing a novel, and I had about 250 pages of it done. And I was dating a girl, and like, I don't know, I wasn't really into it, so I ended up breaking it off with her. And she went into my computer and she erased it.
Are you serious? Oh shit!
And I'll tell you, I've never gone back and rewritten it.
Oh shit! That was karma, maybe.
I just kind of sat down and stared, and I was like, okay, that's done. Fuck me.
You're a heartbreaker. I hate to know you had it in you, Matthew.
Oh, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
You brought it up. Come on, you got to tell us more.
I know, I did. It's my fault.
Matthew the Heartbreaker. I'm going to always know you for that now.
You could put that as my name in your phone.
Come to see where the waves are fucking free. They make it be the reason that you're listening to me. Throw away these walls in a bottle with a note and let it say she's a legend in her own little way. In her veins, she's electric at the end of the day. Let us play to our legend in our own little way. There she goes, she'll knock you senseless, outgrowing little fences in her way. And she blows at what she knows with defenses, causing angels to crumble in her way. And do you know how many angels it'll take before you know any angels by name? Baby sent me diamonds, rejection brought me pearls. My baby says she loves me.
Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much. Congratulations. We'll look forward to see you on the road promoting it, hopefully.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That was so fun.
The record's for pre-sale right now. I don't know when this podcast will come out. Probably around when the record comes out, I'm assuming.
It comes out February 20th of 2026.
Well, it'll be to see tour dates popping up and people will be able to get the record from Happy Birthday to Me Records and see you on the road.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Tammy.
I feel really good about this. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome record. Thank you.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Yay. I'll see you on the interwebs.
Yes, you will.
Don't Bother Wearing Seatbelts will return in 2 weeks with another episode from our first season, freed from behind the paywall. This time it's the High Watermarks talking about their landmark album and one of Rudy's all-time favorites, Songs About the Ocean. It's a fun and fascinating conversation you won't regret hearing or even rehearing. Until then, don't forget about our $1 Patreon that makes you eligible for our many giveaways and helps us keep the proverbial lights on. And oh yeah, don't forget to do what brings you joy and fulfillment. And maybe listen to some great music too.